A stranger touched your hand today for a reason. They were sent by someone who betrayed you. Archangel Michael says, a shadow followed you today without your knowledge. At exactly the moment when your mind was calm, and your thoughts drifted elsewhere, a stranger gently brushed their hand against yours. It wasn't by chance, it was a signal, and it carries a message darker than you imagine. It was not love, not care, not even an accident. It was a planned moment, orchestrated to make you vulnerable, to open a window into your energy. That stranger has no personal intention, but they are acting under the silent command of someone who once claimed to love you. The person behind it is watching from afar, waiting to see if you felt it. They know what you carry now, your glow, your gift, your rising power, and it terrifies them. So, they sent a signal, hoping to disrupt your calm and trace your emotional pulse. What they don't know is that their interference has already been intercepted by the higher forces watching over you. The hand that touched you today didn't just brush against your skin, it brushed against protection that cannot be broken. This event may feel small, but it carries weight in the spirit world. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, the betrayal that birthed this scheme was not recent. It began long ago, in whispers, in jealousy, in quiet envy that grew roots behind your back. You were too pure-hearted to notice, too focused on healing and helping others. They watched you rise. They watched you overcome storms they hoped would drown you. And when all else failed, they tried charm, then pity, then silence. Now they move through strangers. They influence through people who don't even know what they're part of. That hand that touched you today? That was more than skin meeting skin, it was spirit meeting intention. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You may feel tired today without reason. You may sense your thoughts spiraling in ways that feel unfamiliar. It is because your energy was scanned. But fear not. Because just as you were touched, so was the one who sent them exposed. That moment created a spiritual ripple that has returned straight to their hiding place. You will start to notice odd movements around you now. People may become overly interested in you. Strangers might smile too much or stare too long. Do not panic, this is not to scare you, but to awaken you. Because knowledge is your power, and now you are armed. You have been chosen to walk through this unshaken. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Tonight, you might dream of a room with one empty chair. That is the symbol of who left your side when you needed them the most. But now they want to come back, not for healing, but for harvesting. They think they can drain you again. They believe your heart still beats for their return. But the divine has already sealed that chapter. This is your new timeline. The touch you felt today was the final test before your next level. You passed it, by not reacting, by holding your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Now, Archangel Michael is moving things behind the scenes for you. Someone who witnessed the touch, without knowing its meaning, has now become your divine informant. They will reveal more in the days to come, through words, symbols, and unexpected appearances. You may hear a name repeatedly this week. You may see colors or numbers that feel too specific to be coincidence. Follow those trails, they are not random. The one who betrayed you tried to act in secret. But the moment their plan touched your body, it became recorded in the heavens. You are now protected under a watch that never sleeps. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Your ancestors were present when it happened. They stood in spiritual formation around you. One of them even whispered into your ear when you brushed off that strange feeling, "It's not just a touch." They came from a bloodline you don't speak of often. A lineage that held seers, dreamers, and truth speakers. And you are the rebirth of that power. That hand thought it could weaken you. But instead, it activated something sacred in you. You are now walking with awakened eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You may start hearing things clearer. Not just voices, but intuition sharpened to the bone. The people around you will begin to show their true faces. This is the exposure season. The energy from that touch is already unmasking the lies that surround you. You will know exactly who whispered your name with harm in their heart. You'll receive a text or message from someone you haven't heard from in months. They'll try to sound innocent. But don't be fooled, this is the echo of that betrayal trying to find its way back in. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Every time you light a candle, speak out loud what you want to release. That hand tried to bring in an old pain, but you have the authority to send it away. You don't need to burn incense, you are the flame. In the next 3 days, pay attention to your right palm. If it tingles, it's because the touch is still echoing through your body. Let it fade by placing your hand over your heart and saying, "I return this energy to the sender." If you feel a chill, it's not cold, it's clarity. You're not losing your mind. You're gaining sight. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. This stranger who touched you may appear again. Not to harm you, but because their spirit is tied to a contract they didn't choose. They were used. But their path has now crossed with truth. You may even feel compassion for them. That's not weakness, it's divine understanding. But don't welcome them close. You are now a beacon of light and interference will try to come closer. They don't know that your spirit burns too strong to be dimmed. This is why they whisper your name, even in fear. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. This betrayal was from someone who smiled too much. Who asked too many questions. Who was always there, but never truly present. They knew you trusted too easily. And they counted on that. But they forgot one thing: you may forgive, but the divine does not forget. Archangel Michael says this is your rising moment. You will not need revenge, you will receive revelation. And it will sting the one who tried to pierce you. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. Prepare to receive something physical in the mail soon. It may seem ordinary, a letter, a package, a note. But it holds confirmation. Inside will be a symbol, a word, a code. You'll feel it instantly, it will shock you how aligned it is with this message. That's how the divine works, discreet but deliberate. You are walking into prophetic fulfillment now. The energy that touched you was not enough to delay your promise. You are too rooted for that. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Someone will confess something small to you soon, but listen deeper. Their lips may say little, but their spirit will reveal volumes. Your gift of discernment is multiplying. You'll know who has been speaking of you. Their guilt will ooze through small apologies and strange compliments. That's the result of divine pressure. You are not who you used to be. That touch today tried to reach an old version of you. But that version has already died. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Your glow is now too powerful to go unnoticed. Even enemies are watching in silence, unsure whether to attack or admire. You have entered spiritual royalty. The people who laughed at you before are now silent. They can't explain your peace. That's because your peace is no longer natural, it's divine. Don't lower your light. Let it blind them if it must. You are not here to shrink, you are here to shine. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Your protection has layers. One above your mind. One beneath your feet. One wrapped around your soul. The one who betrayed you thought they were clever. But their trick today backfired. What they touched was holy. You'll feel moments of sudden stillness in the coming nights. That's your spirit adjusting to its new elevation. You've entered a higher frequency now. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. A man will enter your story soon with honesty. He is not from the past. He is a reward for surviving betrayal. You may doubt his presence at first. That's okay. Let your spirit lead, not your scars. There is restoration in motion. The betrayal prepared the soil. But now, the garden blooms. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Soon, the one who betrayed you will fall into their own trap. Their circle is already whispering. Their guilt is already heavy. They will try to explain. They may even cry. But do not entertain the distraction. Keep your eyes on the forward path. The stranger who touched you was the final piece of the warning. Now, you are free. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. You are being watched, but not just by them. Heaven is watching too. And you are winning. Every tear you cried has been counted. Every silence you endured has been stored. And now, the reward is moving. Your face will glow. Your heart will beat in rhythm with truth. And no stranger's touch can undo that. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The person who orchestrated this thought they were invisible. They believed their manipulation would never surface. But the divine has its own way of delivering justice, through signs, through touches, through spiritual alarms that echo louder than words. The touch that occurred today did more than they expected. It triggered a release in your energy that they could never anticipate. Their intention was to bind you, but instead, it has awakened a protection around you that is now irreversible. From this moment on, your name will not be spoken carelessly anymore. Anyone who tries to use your past against you will experience delay in their own plans. This was the final moment allowed by heaven before the divine shield was activated. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. Archangel Michael says, you have walked through so many seasons with a silent mouth and a broken heart. The betrayal you endured was layered with charm, manipulation, and pretense. But even your silence had power, it planted seeds in heaven. Now, those seeds are blooming into divine consequences. Those who mistook your silence for weakness are about to see your voice become a storm. You are no longer the one who tolerates, you are the one who transforms. The stranger's touch wasn't just a betrayal, it was a trigger. And now, your gifts are unlocking one by one. You will start to feel emotions more vividly, read people more quickly, and understand conversations without words. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Do not be surprised if electronics around you glitch or lights flicker. Your spiritual frequency has risen. You are now a vessel of divine fire, and man-made tools often react to that shift. This energy will either attract healing or repel harm. People will either move closer to your light or fall away, confused by their own darkness. And you will no longer question their exit. You will begin to feel protected even in places that used to make you anxious. That's because your angels now walk ahead of you. The betrayal activated divine placement. Every step you take is under surveillance from above. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. The one who sent the stranger underestimated your discernment. But your soul knows when something is off. And today, your soul caught it. You may feel emotionally drained. That's normal. Your spirit was doing heavy lifting while your body smiled through the day. Cleanse your space tonight. Whether with water, light, or music, anything that makes your soul exhale. Because you're not just healing from betrayal, you're graduating from it. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. A woman from your past knows the whole truth. But she's been silent out of fear or gain. She has watched you suffer without speaking. Soon, she will no longer be able to hold it in. Her conscience is under divine pressure. A crack is forming, and through that crack, the truth will burst. You won't have to search for answers. The answers are being delivered. But be prepared, some will shock you into silence. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. You are now in a sacred waiting room. Your breakthrough is being written, reviewed, and released in phases. The touch you felt was the final exam. And you passed. You didn't shout. You didn't break. You simply knew, and that knowing is divine maturity. There is no going back. The people who once held your hand in pretense will now tremble at your presence. The tables are turning, slowly and surely. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. A message is coming from an unexpected number. It may seem random, but it is divinely arranged. Do not ignore it, its timing is precise. Within it will be a piece of the story you were missing. A clue. A confession. Or perhaps, a mistake they didn't intend to make. Pay attention to the way your body reacts when you read it. If your heart races or your palms sweat, that's not fear, it's recognition. Your spirit is responding before your mind can catch up. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. The person who sent the stranger has watched you in silence for far too long. They observe, they listen, they track. But they cannot touch what has been claimed by the heavens. Your light is now covered in codes. Codes that only the divine can decode. Anyone trying to mimic you will fail. Anyone who tries to harm you will face spiritual blindness. Their steps will stumble. Their plans will cancel themselves. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. They once spoke about you behind your back. Now they speak about you in confused awe. You became everything they said you couldn't be. That is divine revenge, your elevation. That is spiritual justice, your joy blooming in places they buried you. You are no longer part of their game. You are the lesson they weren't ready to learn. And it will haunt them in ways they can't explain. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The stranger who touched you may be forgettable to others, but their energy wasn't. Your spirit recorded it like a fingerprint. And that fingerprint will lead you to the source. You will have a moment of stillness this week where the name will just drop in your mind. Don't dismiss it. That is your confirmation. What they meant for harm is now your map to truth. You are not just protected, you are being navigated into the full truth. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. You will rise, not with anger, but with understanding. You will not need to seek revenge. The divine has already signed the verdict. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them sit in the silence they once forced upon you. Your presence will now trigger truth. Your voice will carry fire. And your journey will serve as a mirror to the one who betrayed you. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. The person who touched you was meant to awaken you. And they did. Not in fear, but in fire. You now walk with your head higher. Your step firmer. Your voice stronger. What was meant to break you built you instead. What was sent to distract you became your divine activation. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. The next 7 days are crucial. You will feel emotional shifts, mood waves, and moments of deep awareness. That's your body catching up to your spirit. Drink water. Rest your mind. Speak declarations over yourself. Because the ones who plotted against you are losing grip. They're not afraid of your power, they're afraid of your peace. It shows they failed. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. You'll find an old photo soon. One you forgot existed. And it will trigger a memory that changes everything. You'll finally understand the real beginning of the betrayal. You'll trace the moment it started. And you'll forgive yourself for not seeing it sooner. Because now you do. Now you see everything. And you are too awakened to ever be deceived again. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. Archangel Michael says, you are not a victim. You are a vessel. And heaven has chosen you as a carrier of justice and light. Your presence is no longer neutral, it disturbs darkness. Wherever you go, truth follows. That's why they fear you. But they cannot stop you. Not now. Not ever again. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. In the coming weeks, your path will become so clear. New doors will open, jobs, connections, abundance. You will feel undeserving at times. But you are. The betrayal didn't block your blessings, it refined them. Now they come to you with deeper purpose. With longevity. With protection. You will never again be in a room you don't belong in. You are no longer accessible to those who once wounded you. Let them knock, they lost access. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. This is your prophetic shift. And no stranger, no betrayal, no touch can undo what God has sealed. Your glow is rising, your life is ascending, your enemies are silencing. They touched you hoping to weaken you. But instead, they released the final lock on your purpose. And now, the world will watch you walk in it. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. This is sealed. This is finished. This is your time. Your timeline has shifted in ways you cannot fully see yet. The moment that stranger's hand touched yours, a spiritual courtroom was summoned. Evidence that had been gathering in silence was finally presented. The betrayal was not just emotional, it was energetic. The person who sent them was trying to create a new link, a doorway to enter your life again without asking. But they failed because they underestimated how protected you've become. You are now in a sacred bubble. That touch was the last attempt to disturb your peace before your destiny accelerates. They didn't know that angels stood between their plan and your purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 3939. Your silence has been your greatest weapon. While they plotted, you prepared. While they talked, you listened. While they watched, you healed. Now, their silence will be loud with regret. They never expected you to thrive. They never imagined you'd grow more powerful because of the very pain they sent. But here you are, stronger, clearer, unshaken. This is not revenge. This is revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. Soon, they'll try to make it look like a coincidence. They'll pretend that stranger was just a passerby. But deep inside, you'll know it was orchestrated. They wanted to see if you were still reachable. They wanted to know if their energy could still pull you back. But the truth is, they are now locked out. Their access has expired. Their intentions are visible. Their shadows are shrinking under your light. Type Amen to get blessing 4141. Prepare for divine replacements. Where they took love, loyalty is coming. Where they took time, opportunity is arriving. Where they took trust, truth is flooding in. The universe does not take without returning tenfold. And your repayment has begun. Not by human hands, but by divine hands that never forget. There will be a shift in your circle. Don't resist it. Let who must go, go. Let what must fall, fall. Type Amen to get blessing 4242. You are now walking on protected ground. And every step forward leaves behind footprints of warning to your enemies. The more they watch, the more they suffer in silence. Archangel Michael says, the sword of justice has been drawn. Those who misused your kindness are already being weighed. The betrayal wasn't invisible, it was documented. Do not be surprised if you begin to feel disconnected from certain people. It's not because something's wrong, it's because something is finally right. The energy is no longer matching. Type Amen to get blessing 4343. Your emotions may come in waves, sometimes joy, sometimes grief. That's the process of releasing energy that was never yours to carry. Let it flow. Your spirit is being recalibrated. Your dreams will become more vivid. Your signs will be more obvious. Watch for feathers. For coins. For sudden breezes when no wind is near. These are confirmations. You are not alone in this. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. Even the person who touched you is beginning to realize they were used. The look in their eyes will change if you ever cross paths again. They didn't expect the backlash of your protection. You are a divine mirror. Anyone who approaches with deception will see their own darkness reflected back at them. That's why they become uncomfortable around you. Let them be uncomfortable. You were never sent here to comfort demons. You were sent to awaken souls. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. Your light will now disturb more than it attracts. That is not a curse, it's a blessing in disguise. You no longer belong to every crowd. You are being pulled into destiny. That means isolation, elevation, and transformation. And those who once sat at your table won't be able to breathe your new air. The touch that happened today was confirmation of who you are becoming. You are no longer the same. You never will be. Type Amen to get blessing 4646. Messages from old friends may try to pull you back into conversations that feel forced. Don't fall for the nostalgia trap. Not everyone from your past belongs in your future. They had their season. They had their moment. They used it to hurt you or remain silent while others did. Forgiveness is sacred. But boundaries are divine. You are allowed to close the door without slamming it. Type Amen to get blessing 4747. In the next 48 hours, something symbolic will happen. You'll drop something, lose something, or find something. It won't be random. It's heaven's way of marking the transition. Of showing you what's being removed, what's being restored, or what's being revealed. Watch carefully. Everything is communication now. Even the smallest incident carries divine whispers. Type Amen to get blessing 4848. That person who betrayed you may be losing sleep. Not out of guilt, but out of confusion. They can't understand how you've risen instead of falling. They thought they broke you. But they unknowingly set you free. You're not bleeding, you're blooming. Let them wonder. Let them spiral. You are not their story anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 4949. You've been marked for elevation. And no earthly plan can delay what has been etched into your destiny. You are now wearing the armor of the chosen. That armor is invisible, but powerful. It blocks words, intentions, energy, and attacks. It also glows. People will feel your presence before you speak. That's what happens when heaven walks before you. Type Amen to get blessing 5050. Your environment may start to feel lighter. That's because the interference has been broken. The spiritual tracking device they tried to plant through that touch, it failed. And now, they're exposed. Spiritually and energetically. Even if they don't speak it, they're feeling the backlash. They're watching their life stall. Their peace fade. Their circle crumble. Type Amen to get blessing 5151. You, however, are rising into divine clarity. Everything is becoming sharper, your decisions, your voice, your path. You no longer second-guess your gut. That's what betrayal taught you. That's what today's touch confirmed. You are no longer sleeping. Awakened ones don't chase. They align. They attract. They ascend. Type Amen to get blessing 5252. You'll begin to laugh more. Not because life is easier, but because your soul is lighter. The heaviness that held you has broken off. The stranger's touch was a test, but also a signal. It let heaven know you were ready. And heaven answered with acceleration. So expect doors to open. Papers to move. Conversations to shift. Type Amen to get blessing 5353. A major opportunity is being redirected toward you right now. It was delayed, not denied. It had to be withheld until you passed this energetic trial. Now, the delay is over. The floodgates are cracking open. Your name is on the wind. Let it come. Let it flow. Let it overwhelm your past with new beginnings. Type Amen to get blessing 5454. This is your divine redemption story. One touch didn't stop your future, it activated it. One betrayal didn't define your worth, it revealed theirs. Your glow is proof. Your silence is thunder. Your peace is punishment for those who tried to hurt you. You will not look back. You will not fall back. You will not go back. Type Amen to get blessing 5555. If you've read this far, this message was definitely meant for you. The moment that hand touched yours today, it wasn't just an accident, it was the final proof that you have leveled up spiritually. You are now being watched by heaven, guarded by truth, and walked forward by Archangel Michael himself. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. But most importantly, walk boldly, walk divinely, because the betrayal failed, and you are rising. It is done. It is finished. It is yours. Type Amen to get blessing 5656.